a message to our nerds out there. Now, if you're wondering why I gave Nerds Dark Game, why I told a lot of people about how you can't just be an anime nerd and not adapt to the world around you, because of the main fact that nobody is going to be considerate of you, because society works like this. Your backstory right now. What is our priority? Our priority is right now. What are you doing for us right now? Your backstory doesn't mean shit. Sorry. An interviewer works just like a popular kid where it comes to being appealing. You don't talk to him about personal stuff that regards you, that doesn't regard the actual subject at hand. And what I mean by that is you have to accept the reality that being good isn't always a good thing. You have to take charge. You have to stand up for yourself. You cannot believe in nerds making it in the end when fathers are ripped, fathers are knowledgeable, and they go out and they get to know the world instead of staying on their laptop all day thinking that they know everything when they only know about their fucking laptop. Go outside, read people's faces, read facial expressions, understand that being social is way more important than you being in your own little world saying believe it and everything's gonna fall into place. And so the reason why I make this video is so nerds can understand that stop thinking that this is gonna last forever. A random girl on the street is not gonna accept you for who you are if you know you're full of shit. An interviewer is not going to hire you if you're not appealing to the interviewer. If you don't spice things up, if you don't make it appealing for the boss, he's not gonna pick you. It doesn't matter if you put in the work. If he likes the other person better, you have to accept that. You have to accept all of that. You have to be willing to know that, yo, I'm really fucking boring. What I'm doing is boring you. I can't act like you're amused when you're not. I have to accept reality. And if you don't accept reality, you're going to be in an infinite Tsukiyomi. Everything is going your way because you don't step outside your comfort zone. Of course I'm getting better at making AMVs. Of course I'm getting better at this and that. It's why I made the fucking Remiro video, so you guys would understand. When you reach your goal finally, it's going to be a bunch of snot rockets and irresponsibility because you literally thought that you were complete when you were literally an infant. So I want you guys to understand that Obito is a real ass dude, and literally the whole thing with him and Rin had nothing to do with his obsession for Rin. I think we all know the truth about that Rin was actually his cheerleader. So people think that he got friend zoned. I'm like, she wasn't hyping Kakashi as nearly as much as she was hyping Obito. But Obito is front facing the loser. But who she put more work into? Did she hype Kakashi when he was showing off, or did she hype Obito? I'm sorry. Rin told Kakashi to kill her, and Obito knew that. You guys think that Obito is just a nerd? When Obito literally put in the work, nobody who puts in the work is just a nerd. Obito literally is the reason why you guys can't see through the facade of an outside. You really think that goofy ass Toby isn't Obito? He's multi-dimensional. He is not a fucking nerd. He knows what the fuck is right and wrong. He told Kakashi to protect Rin, and what does Kakashi do? He didn't even care if he knew the full story. So you know why I love Obito? You know why I love his way of viewing the ninja world and why they needed him to be Kagura? Ha ha ha, they needed this nerd to be Kagura, yes! Obito killed Neji. And literally, Naruto's believer ass said, I'm not gonna let anyone die. Literally killed Neji. And Obito acted like a nigger right in front of him saying, ha 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 ha, you're not gonna let anyone die. Oh, God. So, give credit where credit is due. Literally, he controlled the whole ninja world by his palm. And literally, the only thing that could stop him was fucking Kaguya. Literally. They had to team up on Obito in order to get that shit done. Without motherfucking Kabuto, who gets no recognition at all, it literally comes down to it. You guys want to diss Obito all you fucking want, but he literally had Kakashi playing in his fucking hands the entire fucking time. Neji was my favorite character, and I still laughed when Obito proved Naruto wrong. You can't just say believe without putting in the work, and that's why literally Naruto needed a bitch for motivation. Naruto was about to give up for the very first time in his life, and literally, Obito didn't mean shit. Literally, Obito choked Naruto in space. That nigga is an OG goon. You do not fuck with Obito. I'm sorry. You can say that, this and that. You know what's the funniest part about Anti-Brother Itachi? Seymour kept on spoiling the manga, kept on saying this and that. Everybody did this and that, talking about Obito's a bitch, talking about, oh, he just got friend zone. I'm like, okay. So if he got friend zone, she's like, then why would she be like, oh, go Obito, go Obito, go Obito, even after he lost the guy, go Obito, go Obito. I don't think that's friend zone, buddy. Literally, Obito goes the fuck in. I love Obito because of his character. Without his mask, he is literally the most vicious character in Naruto. And you guys need to understand that his knowledge of the ninja world is so vast that he was able to take the whole ninja world by his fucking self. He was the only one that gave Sasuke the fucking truth. Itachi didn't have the guts to tell Sasuke the truth. Literally. And the best part about when everybody's spoiling the manga, even there was an ARL conversation about Studio, and I literally tried to be with these nerds. I tried to diss Obito. Guess what happened to me? I'm all like, he did this war all for a girl? Studio corrected me. He's all like, so you're thinking that Naruto doing everything for a guy is genius, huh? And I was stunned. I couldn't come back from that. That's what happens when you don't do your research, when you literally look at things front facing without actually viewing it through the person's eyes. When you view anime, when you view everything, that's my personal opinion, you should feel for the character. Like when Vegeta was getting the shit kicked out of him by Frieza, you don't just look at Vegeta get his ass beaten, you have to look at Piccolo, Gohan, and Krillin like he's the strongest one out of all of us and he's getting his ass kicked in. If you don't think those exact words, word by word, then you are not street smart. You are not people smart, and you are not situation smart. What those specifics have to do is because you're considerate of how all three of them feel, not just Vegeta, is the reason why you can't get a girl, because if you're not considerate of how she's feeling, then you will never get a girl. I'm sorry, if you're not considerate about anyone, you will never be cool with ever. If you're not considerate about the interviewer, you're not considerate everything. Obito was so fucking funny. Why should I be considerate of this world? Why should I? And they needed his help in the end because he kept it ideal. So literally, me with my mature ass, literally waiting for Anti-Brother to say this shit. Literally, the episode comes up and Obito tells everyone why he did it. And he's like, is that you, Eris? You're gonna destroy the world over a bitch, Eris? And so in my mind, it's like, you know, you took a long time to say that. Sorry. Obito was the first person to destroy Talk No Jutsu. Even Pain, with all his abilities, was weak to Talk No Jutsu. Sorry. I love Obito because of what he's done. He's not my favorite character in Naruto, but as far as literally seeing it in a different aspect, these nerds don't know shit about what his character represents. He literally was a good person. He came back to life and the world still stayed the fucking same. Literally. Kakashi had the gayest speech when Obito died. Literally, that nigga helped him out, and guess what Kakashi says? I liked it better when you were the young Obito, when you didn't know what you're talking about, when people who are bad at their friends or less scum is more entertaining than somebody laughing at fucking Naruto. Literally. One of your highest victories, this nigga Obito is laughing at you alongside one another person who just sold all of you. You guys need to wake the fuck up and look at the hindsight of his fucking character. He was able to fake it that entire fucking time. And then he came back a fucking savage. Obito is such a fucking monster. You think that he literally is just the lover boy when literally he is one of the most smart and he knows what to do and when to do it. And that's literally the craziest part about Obito's character. And that's the real thing. The message for nerds out there is to understand that you can't just be a nerd. You can't literally see things front facing in order for it to be better. That's like me thinking that Diamante fucked that girl that he was making out with from literally, she just went out with him for clout. You guys look at the outside shit without actually getting to know someone, and that is literally dumb. And that was so fucking funny. Because literally, when nerds literally think that they can get away with the snobbish attitude, so what? Are you literally gonna be like that joke on Family Guy when they're 30-year-old virgins where they're all playing World of Warcraft and shit? That's just gonna be real. You don't adapt to society, you don't have to adapt to hip-hop, but if you don't learn when somebody is playing you, you literally gonna react worse than Obito. So many fucking nerds are wondering, hey, why can't I do this? Why do assholes get all the women? Because the asshole is willing to fight. The asshole is willing to compete. The asshole is willing to prove dominance. So how you do what the asshole does without receiving the asshole's consequence? You do it in the form of self-defense. By when they try to manipulate you, you call it out. Stop accepting the bullshit. Stop accepting you being fat. Stop accepting you being scrawny. Stop accepting that. Stop accepting things the way they are and say, oh, the right one will come a long way, because that's how you stay a fucking virgin. If she comes to you, it's to manipulate you. It's not a fucked up world out there. Literally, just like Peter's dad, he was open with Peter. Peter rose back. Don't just get butthurt. That's what a real fucking parent does. A real parent doesn't ignore a problem and let it pile up to a point where literally they believe the Disney fantasy they see in the movies. You actually have to put in the work to get woman. You nerds out there cannot stay a nerd forever. You can't literally just keep eating snacks over and over again and expect to get a girl to fall right in your lap. What's gonna happen is your belly is gonna ricochet that shit. She's gonna fly in the sky and you're never gonna see her again. And for you scrawny faggots out there, whenever she gets on top, your body is gonna bend in half like a fucking Craig. You can't handle that weight. You gotta handle this and that. It's not gonna work out like it is in your head, buddy. Better start working out. Better start expanding your mind. Better start doing something, man. You don't have to do sports to get woman, but you definitely can't stay in your comfort zone. Stop expecting people to accept you for who you are when you know you're full of shit. Stop letting the spoiled parents literally be the reason why you can't get woman. Sorry. You know how I can tell you this? This is the last time I literally try to help nerds. This is literally the last time I'm gonna say this. Look at Ben the 100. Look at fucking Justin. Look at all these other people I had to fucking compete with. Every time I tried to do something aggro, they'd correct me every fucking time. And then I realized, yo, maybe I do have to be a little bit forceful to get what I want. Maybe I do have to stand up to people to get what I want. Maybe I do have to let go of this happy-go-lucky attitude and be cold sometimes, but you do it in the form of self-defense. This is the last time I am talking to nerds about how to get women. You don't accept bullshit, you call it out, and literally, what's gonna happen is her pussy is gonna get wet because you have to be stern about it. The reason why you actually care is because you actually want to fuck her. Get some experience, bro. You can't say, been there, done that, if you haven't even done that. You can't say gangsters are full of shit when literally the girls are liking them more than you. Do you know why they're liking them more than they're liking you? It's because they're not a bitch. They resort to hacking to get what they want. They literally be like, nigga, come see me. Versus, I'm gonna do it all for the justice of my community. Get the fuck out. Leave Brittany alone is never gonna work with a woman. Accept me for who I am. You gotta change. Like Stephanie told this one dude in my art class, literally, I don't care how much you think you love yourself. If you're failing to recognize your flaws as a person, you're a fool of shit. Sorry, the gangsters and safe and you're not. This isn't funny anymore, dude. You guys literally need to understand that it's not the fact that you don't have to stop believing in yourself. You have to actually believe in yourself. If you want Naruto Uzumaki done right, you put in the work. I don't even know if Kakashi is straight. That's literally the difference between Obito and Kakashi, and that flies over your head because Kakashi does this, Kakashi does that. Literally, Kakashi almost got killed by Sasuke, who discarded happy-go-lucky shit in order to be a badass. Sorry, he's less predictable than somebody always trying to do the Admiral thing to get in their pants. Literally, these nerds view me as a fucking supervillain. I'm a normal fucking person. Sorry, I give you perspective, out of perspective, out of perspective, and you still want to ignore that. Literally, I'm like, okay, that's why you got results, right? That's why you get what you want, right? Literally, you guys are out of control, tripping over your own cum, and literally, I bet if you yelled at a woman once, you won't care about them anymore. If a woman fucking slaps you, you literally just take it. And that's gonna piss her off way more than you be like, bitch, what the fuck you think you trying to do to daddy? What the fuck you trying to do? That's not gonna turn her around. It's going to scare her away. For the last time, it's balanced. It's self-defense. Literally. You showing that you're the bigger person is always gonna turn a woman on. But you guys literally trying to resort to targeting one person, trying to say that it doesn't matter who you are on the inside, only the outside matters. That's why Diamante is full of shit. That's why Diamante wasn't nearly as talented as me in high school. That's why he got a girlfriend. But it was for show and tell. Literally. I'm going to give you a hint. When Diamante was making out with her, she looked at me with the corner of her eye. I'm like, aren't you distracted by making out with Diamante? Sorry. Literally, so to wrap up, the main message across this video, literally, it's not that Obito did it for a girl. It's literally how the shinobi world works. And literally, he did because of its premise of war. It had nothing to do with the fucking girl. It had to do with disappointments in life and literally how people work hard and literally the different positions in life that people are put in. Why did Neji lose to Naruto? That is why Obito did what he did. And that's why he killed Neji specifically to show you Neji shouldn't have died. But you are supposed to be the Hokage. You are supposed to be this and that. You come from a royal bloodline. It's not a fair world. And literally, in real life, that's the exact opposite. If you believe in God, God gives you multiple chances after multiple chances after multiple chances. Instead of you thinking, oh, God's such a bad person, why did he let this happen? Think about, why did he let it happen? Look at what you do to yourself. Look at how you try to make your mom feel like shit because you get no pussy. I used to do shit like that. You think you're gonna get a girl with how much you're torturing your fucking mother? You have to admit that you're wrong in order to get anything you want in life. I admit I was full of shit in high school. This is why I got to rise as an adult. I admitted I was wrong. You have to admit you're wrong too. So you're telling me that you would rather hook up with people who shoot because they're in denial versus somebody who puts in the work because he admits he's wrong. That's gonna break the nerd and it's gonna beat the gangster. The truth will always motherfucking prevail. No matter how much you try to hide it. Literally, God is always going to be on your neck, breathing down your neck, if you think you're good when you're not. Oh, I get good grades in school, but you treat people around you like shit. I don't think I would be pulling any bitches if I didn't know how to dress, if I didn't know how to act, if I didn't know how to appeal to people outside my comfort zone. Get the fuck out if you think that cheating and thinking that your way of living is going to impress a girl. A girl isn't impressed by somebody literally trying to go out of their way to make up a story. That's why Justin got no play in junior high, and that's why no nerds that stayed one-dimensional got played throughout their entire life. Every nerd that I knew had a girlfriend had a certain amount of street smarts. Living proof, motherfucking Jenny. See, targeting me, but she would not give me no fucking play until I stepped my game up. A girl literally came to me, and I had to put two and two together. She wasn't gonna tell me shit. If you're expecting, oh, why do you expect me to read your mind? Why do you expect this and that? Get the fuck out. Women aren't nonverbal creatures. I literally wouldn't have all those conversations with women if they didn't know how to speak. No, you have to bring it out of them. I'm tired of explaining this to you guys over and over again. Nice person or a bad person, you have to step it up. You don't improve, you stay the same, and you bitch and complain about why you don't get women. Get the fuck out. That's the whole point of a sport. There are rules to a sport. And that's literally teaching you in life. You don't improvise, you don't do shit. This is what happens. And then you want to make up some fake shit. No, these are the requirements. I'm like, no, those are the requirements in your fucking head. You want pussy? Stop being a pussy and admit you're wrong. You don't get any pussy if you are one. I don't care if you knock someone who bench 200 pounds. If you don't admit you're wrong, you will never, and I repeat, will never get pussy. And if you do, you'll get scraps. It will be equivalent to fucking yourself. You don't believe me? Try it.